Nicola. I'm from DC Comics News, and I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Sure thing.
And I also want to thank you for letting me interview you.
Oh, thank you for interviewing me.
Firstly, I find it very important to promote powerful women, but why do you find it so important?
Well, being a woman, I like to represent, all of my sisters and my mothers and all the women around the world as much as I can.
Yeah, cool. And also, why do you want to be an artist? Why is being an artist so important to you?
Well, being able to draw is something that came kind of naturally to me, and it was something that I shared with my mother because she could draw really well, and she used to teach me a lot of drawing techniques and skills when I was young. And I just always enjoyed it, and because I was good at it and I got some praise for it, that always is reassuring. And now as an adult, I continue to do it because I get to tell stories with my art, and that is way more fun to me than anything else.
What art piece what art piece are you most proud of?
Oh gosh, okay, so I don't know that I've got one single piece that I'm the most proud of, but I think as a group of things that I'm the most proud of would be most of my Wonder Woman work, because she's my favorite character. And I've got a series that I created from scratch called Black Magic, and I get to paint that, and I think that's one of my favorites as well.
So what does Wonder Woman, other DC women represent to you?
Well, Wonder Woman was my very first superhero, and she introduced me to other superheroines like Batgirl and Supergirl. And that was through the TV shows and the movies that were on in the 70s and the 80s. And so because of those shows and those movies, they became my favorite. And when I started working at DC Comics and they all were owned by the same company, I got to draw them a lot. And so that was very exciting for me, being able to work on my favorite characters.
How long did it take you to get to this stage of being a professional artist?
Well, from the time I decided to start drawing, it only took about 6 months before I was getting some work. But it was very simple, very one-off jobs, and I still wasn't very good. But that led to a few more little jobs, and then a few more little jobs. And after about 4.5 years, I was working full-time at one of the big American companies.
Well, like you, I love drawing, and I find it's one of my hobbies.
Yeah.
Do you have any tips so I can improve my drawings?
Lots of practice, always lots of practice. When I was young, I got to do a lot of life drawing, which I was very lucky to do, and I continue doing that as much as possible. But it's really just lots of practice. I would get in trouble at school a lot from drawing when I shouldn't be drawing, but my teachers were also very supportive because they knew that I loved it so much and that I was good at it.
Thank you for having me.
That's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Have
Bye.
a great day.